EPA WA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for September 22nd, 2022. The autumnal equinox is today at 9:03 p.m., so autumn officially arrives today. Yesterday was the last full day of summer, and tomorrow, on Friday, will be the first full day of autumn. And the cold front that is moving through today will be on the lead of a trough that is going to be almost on cue, bringing in those autumn-like temperatures, and we'll get to that here in this video. The Thursday video forecast is proudly sponsored by North Penn Car Wash in Lansdale, Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Keep your vehicle looking great all the time and stop wasting your money in those costly individual washes with North Penn Car Wash's Unlimited Car Wash Club. You can join at a very low price starting at just $13.95 per month. North Penn Car Wash is the only place where the weather doesn't matter. Even if it's raining the day after you just had your car washed, it's not a problem. Just stop by as often as you like within the month to get a fresh wash for that one low monthly rate. They are North Penn Car Wash, 986 Sumneytown Pike in Lansdale, Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, proud sponsors of the Thursday video forecast. So again, cold front moving through the region today. Very easy to see this right here. Here's the cold front. Down to our southeast here, far southeast, is Hurricane Fiona. It is a major hurricane that is continuing to drift off to the north at the time I'm doing this video, but is going to start turning off to the north, northeast, and then northeast, and head just west of Bermuda, and then up to the Canadian Maritimes, Newfoundland, and Nova Scotia region with some pretty strong post-tropical hurricane here once it makes landfall in Canada, but it will not be. We will not have any effects along the eastern seaboard except for some rip currents and some high surf expected on Friday and Friday evening. Some 7 to 10 foot wave heights and some dangerous rip currents for that Friday and Friday night period mostly, and then it will subside a little bit here on Saturday, but no direct impacts from this hurricane as it goes by here. It will make landfall in Atlantic Canada on Saturday. So it's going to be quickly moving up to the north and east once it's picked up by this trough. So here is the European model for today, and we have the scattered showers moving through the region. Maybe an embedded thunderstorm here, but I just don't think this is a really big thunderstorm deal today. So we get over the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm going to start this off at 6 o'clock this morning. So it looks like at any location, you're generally raining for about 4 hours or up to 4 hours, okay? So this is going to move through rather quickly. Here's 7 a.m., 8. You can follow the timestamp with the upper right-hand corners and move this forward. And it's going to move off to the south and east, maybe a few showers out in front of it, but the concentration of this is going to move through during the course of the morning for most of the interior. By the time we get to noon, we are right here. So the interior areas are already drying out, okay? And the back edge here is somewhere between Lancaster and the Lehigh Valley and up to the eastern portions of the Poconos, okay? That continues off to the south and east, gets to about back edge of I-95 around 2 o'clock, and then off the coast by about mid to late afternoon, and that's it. To coincide with this, we're going to have these showers moving through with the cold front. We're also going to have some partial clearing after the front moves through. So here's these clouds associated with the cold front this morning at 10 o'clock. As we move this forward, you can see you get to the end of the rain here early afternoon. You're getting partly cloudy skies behind this, behind the rain once it ends. So the sun will come out, and we'll start to dry things out once again. And we're going to get breezy conditions this afternoon, 10 to 15 miles per hour sustained with gusts up to 25 miles per hour. That breezy conditions will continue overnight and then go into at least Friday morning, where some gusts 25 to 30 are possible here on Friday. This is all cold air advection related because we are going to be much cooler on Friday. As you can see above me here in the video, 68 to 76 is the spread today, northwest to southeast. A little cooler northwest because the front will be moving through earlier, and 76 in our far southeastern areas where the cold front will move through later. But look at tomorrow. That is not a typo. 58 to 65 are the high temperatures projected despite mostly sunny skies here on Friday. So it's going to feel every bit of autumn on the first full day of autumn. And we move this forward here. You can see this deep trough settling over the northeast U.S. It's only going to be very temporary as far as the extreme temperatures below average, because that's well below average yet. We're not supposed to be that cool yet, all right? But it's a taste of what is to come down the road. And we'll have this trough starting to lift out a little bit here on Saturday. So Saturday's going to bounce back quite a bit. We're going to get temperatures back close to the 70-degree mark here on Saturday, and then into the middle 70s and mid to upper 70s, in fact. And then we have on Sunday with partly cloudy skies to start, and then mostly cloudy skies late in the day. So we're going to have some increase in clouds here on Sunday, but I don't expect any precipitation to come in here on Sunday until we get to the evening or overnight. And there's could be just a few showers overnight going into early Monday. And then the rest of the day is going to be one of those deals like today where you have maybe some showers to start and then you have partial clearing after that point. And this is another on the lead of another trough, just not as potent as this first one, okay? So we're going to have temperatures that are going to be just slightly below average as we head into next week. Again, clouds giving way to sun on Monday. Tuesday's a partly cloudy day, and then mostly sunny by the time we get to Wednesday of next week. Now you're seeing another thing coming into the picture here. This is Invest 98L. We talked about this in length yesterday. I'm not going to go into so much detail today with this because there's a lot to be determined with it and a lot of things to be determined with it. I just want to show you a few things of what's going on. So it is, this is later today, is expected to be kind of near Aruba. Aruba is sitting right about here. Okay, so the center of low pressure is actually right here. It's pretty close to Aruba, but just north of there, northeast of it. Yesterday was down here by Trinidad, and it is moving very slowly northwest, but the problem is it's not really getting able to intensify right now, and a large part that is because of Hurricane Fiona being in this position. So what Fiona is doing is there's a kind of an anticyclonic flow around this. It's a northeasterly flow coming into the system. This is wind shear. So what that wind shear is doing is preventing it from developing and kind of ripping it apart at the upper levels. It doesn't allow it to develop. And it also pushes the mid-level low associated with this further south over Venezuela. Okay, so they're a little bit disjointed right now, and that's because of that northeasterly shear that is coming in against this. Is preventing development. It's also displacing the mid-level, the mid-latitude low pressure is off to the southwest of the system because of that northeasterly wind. So because these are not able to get stacked on one on top of another, you can't really have a developing hurricane or tropical cyclone just yet. So this is going to remain rather weak for several days until Fiona gets out of the picture, which it certainly will. It's going to move, again, it'll be by this Saturday, it'll be up in making landfall in at the Atlantic Canada area, southeastern Canada, near Newfoundland. Okay, so that is going to be a quick trek all the way up to that point. And once it does so, that northeasterly shear will start to lessen and we'll be able to increase the strength of the storm or get it better organized. That's not going to be until it gets to about the longitude of Jamaica, somewhere in the vicinity of Jamaica. Now, whether that is going to be close to Jamaica here or further south, we don't know yet. We don't know. There's a heck of an ensemble spread in this region. If you look at the European ensemble and the GFS ensembles, very widespread of where once a place is low. All we know is this is going to be rather weak coming through here. And the whole general idea is that most modeling is taking it over or near the tip of Cuba and kind of setting it up in this direction toward Florida in some manner, okay? Our downstream effects, if we have any, whether we get any remnant rainfall from that or not, rain and wind, which would be not in a hurricane state, but it would be a much lesser version of that, but it would be mostly the rain concerned at that point. That would not be coming until the very tail end of the month or very beginning of October. So we have a lot of time to look at this, and this hasn't really developed yet. This is still an invest, which is an area of interest, and we do expect it to develop. So does the National Hurricane Center. And just moving this forward to show the European model this day, again, keeps it rather weak until it gets to near Jamaica. And you see it gets a little bit better organized here at this point because that shear is no longer pushing against the system. And there's also, at the same time, hard to see here because this is a surface map, but there's a big ridge out here in the Atlantic. And this is going to help steer and guide this thing around that ridge, we think, and head it up in this general direction where we threaten. Now, that could be this way, could be this way, could be out here. We don't know yet, but I think this is going to end up being guiding this with time toward the United States. So it definitely has the potential to affect parts of the United States. And this particular run of the European model takes it over the western tip of Cuba and then right into the western coast of Florida, just south of Tampa. So again, these are going to bounce around over the next several days. Really can't take anything realistic or seriously with this until we get to about Sunday or Monday when it's near Jamaica. Because once we get to that point, the models will be able to better resolve where it's going to go after that point based on strength and position. So we don't know that yet. There's a lot of guessing. So it's just something we're keeping in the back of our minds for right now and looking at down the road. This will be something we talk about next week in the Monday video forecast, but probably not before other than what I'm doing right now. Okay, just a lot of speculation. Just something to keep an eye on, keep in the back of your minds, but nothing that you need to cancel plans 4 right now, certainly, especially not for this area, until we see what this does. We might not have any remnants from this. Might have some heavy rain from it. We don't know yet, okay? But we'll continue to follow that here in the couple days here going forward, and of course going into next week, which will be more critical of a forecast at that point. But right now, looks pretty good here, just pretty much high and dry until we get to, after today, until we get to Sunday night and Monday with just another few showers with this next cold front. So we're going to worry about just our weather for right now. Enjoy the arrival of autumn and the autumn temperatures. A lot of you have been complaining about the heat and humidity, so at least we get a break from that, at least if temporarily, over the weekend. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for September 22nd, 2022. Have a great Thursday.